So here we go. Wendy, thanks for sharing on Twitter. I see 2 notifications, one there and one comes down my phone. It's so let's put that candle away. So today I've been writing a article. Hair up today, yes. Oh yes, hair's up. Somebody told me I was looking skinny today. I said, oh, that's just because the hair's up and the mane isn't everywhere. The rainbow mane isn't everywhere. Hooray for writing. Yeah, I was actually sharing that before on the scope. Nobody was listening. That I've been asked to write an article by a yoga magazine, which is wonderful because I've written a lot before, but I've always put my stuff forward. But hi from Turkey. But I've actually been asked now to write, so I was so grateful for that. You weren't there. I know you weren't there, Julie. So the article is about it's about my experience really through yoga. I've been teaching yoga and meditation for over 25 years now. Thank you. And I've seen the huge change in yoga in that time, and how it's turned very westernized and how it's become quite a corporate business, really. I'll be totally honest. I'm a very, very authentic yoga teacher. I teach yoga well, and I teach very small groups because that's how I believe the essence of yoga should be and should remain. However, downward beagle, absolutely. However, I've watched over the years things change hugely, and I've had to actually deal with my feelings with that because I found it quite heart-wrenching because of having so much yogic authenticity within me. But I've dealt with that and I'm okay now, because if it wasn't for yoga, as I said on the GMS Peri train the other day, if it wasn't for yoga, I don't believe I'd still be here, because I suffered from anorexia quite badly, and it was the key to my recovery. So I always said that I would teach yoga if I was still alive and I would manage to get through that. So, and I did, and I'm here. And so I taught very authentically, and always have done and always will. So I'm writing this article about the change, thank God. I'm writing this article about the change in my life and the 5 keys that I felt have come to me just from sitting down today of what really helped me through meditation. And they're really, really simple. Oh, thank you, Wendy. Let me have a drink. It's not vodka. I'm not taking any drug. I'm just high on life, my love. So my 5 magic keys for making meditation more marvellous is that I'm repeating this now because I've already said it, hence the smile on my face, and seeing how many times I'm going to have to say it before I have to stop the scope. I'm good, Skills. How are you? Has everybody shared with their followers? If not, please do. So my number 1 key for making life and meditation more joyous is to actually think about how you wake up in the morning, okay? How do you wake up in the morning? I've given 3 points in this article. 1 is, do you first wake up, put your hand to the side of your bed and pick up your mobile phone and go straight into social media. That has become a habit for many, many people. Thanks for the hearts, by the way. There's not enough though. I need more. It's become a habit. We all do it. I'm guilty of it. And it's just the wrong way to start your day. It triggers the mind, and yeah. So my other one was take a deep breath, smile and be grateful for a new day. Or do you start the day by saying you get something to eat? Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Or do you start the day by sort of saying, okay, another day's here, and you're quite negative? So I want you to think about how it is you start your day, because the way that you start your day is going to path out the journey for the rest of the day. So it's really good to, I know, I think you do that as well, Joel. You've told me that before. You love eating. Keep eating. Keep eating. It's good to eat. And then, so that was my first point. And then my next one was, not everybody meditates authentically, as we see authentically, as in sitting in Chin Mudra with the legs crossed in lotus position. That's not for everybody. And I do really believe that you need to find your own way of meditation. you get a belly. That's okay. So it's really important to look at authentic ways to do your personal meditation. So if that's not cross-legged lotus with your fingers in Chin Mudra, standing meditation, wonderful. I like that one. Movement, Wendy, art, creativity, photography, knitting, walking in nature, having yourself a massage. Welcome, Janine. All those things are wonderful ways to meditate. You don't have to meditate in this way because somebody told me that, I'm coming to that. Somebody told me that, thank you, Janine, that I had to put my hands like this and I had to cross my legs and I had to go and sit on a mountain. Okay, it's really important to connect with your heart and what feels right for you, because if you start meditating in a way that is against your belief or it's against you, then you're not going to meditate and you're just going to get angry, you're going to get pissed off, and you're just going to bring up emotions that you don't really want there. If you can't meditate whilst doing the dishes, you don't get meditation. I absolutely agree. I totally agree. And again, I'll give a shout out to Eckhart, because he's always wonderful and about just being with the power of now. It's always just wonderful to go into that space and just be able to feel your own pain body and also your energy within. We're going through a lot of water today. So key 3, as all of you know, is going to be yo-yo to Echo. Big one for me is being in nature. There's nothing like being in nature to me. That's my favourite thing. Connecting with the fairies, connecting with the trees, connecting with nature, being by the sea, being in the woods. There's no separation between you and there's no separation between nature. It's the most natural way to be. So by walking in nature personally, I get my downtime, I get that sense of freedom, I get that sense of peace, and I absolutely love being in nature. So that's where I come from. Check Indra's Facebook to see her in nature. Thank you. And that's Silent Moon Imaginarium on Facebook, and that's me in Silent Moon Imaginarium on Instagram and Silent Moon Indra on Twitter. How can I separate from mosquitoes? Well, I get bitten as well. Cover yourself up. I don't tend to use things like DEEP, but citronella is a really good one if you need to get rid of mosquitoes. Citronella is the best essential oil to use. But I tell you what, Wendy, if you're tasty, and they're just going to go for you. They say that vitamin B, if before the mosquito season, to take vitamin B, I don't know if it's 6 or 12, it's one of them, will stop them. Goji berries are also really good. They love me. I just get covered. Like I said last week, I got over 200 bites from doing some photographs with the bluebells. I was absolutely covered in bites, but sometimes they just love you. Marmite, I don't know if you have Marmite in the States, but they say Marmite's really good. That's high in vitamin B and in yeast. Yeah, look at you. Okay, so yeah, walking in nature, being in nature. The next key is, are you breathing? Joel, there you go. So are you breathing? Are you watching your breath? Are you aware that you're breathing, or is your breath quite shallow? Are you able to take a deep breath in and feel the expansion in your body, and then breathe out and feel that release? And if not, then why not? Because if you can sit and take 3 long, slow, deep breaths into your belly and back out again, you will get the most wonderful sensation, better than any drug. I teach a lot of addiction people, and a lot of them say that they are that their breathing is just as good as taking drugs. And it's true, it is. Your breath is a natural drug. It revitalizes you, and it gives you permission to not only draw energy into you, but it also gives you permission to release and let go as well. So breathe deeply into the belly, and then breathe out with a long, slow sigh and let everything go. If you do that 3 times, you will feel 10 times better. Josh, welcome. Okay, number 5. Some of you might need to watch the replay because I've been talking for so long and I've done this Periscope 3 times. And I need to go out shopping. Okay, number 5. Have I done 4? Did I do 4? Yes, I did 4. It was breathing. Number 5 is bedtime ritual. So what do you do before you go to bed? Do you rush to bed with a hectic mind and you try and sleep and then complain that you've got insomnia? It's coming, Joel. Just wait. It's here. It's here. Okay, first of all, I would say it's really good to take a bath. I'm a big bath person, so I like to relax at night and let my body just go and my mind relax. We're big bath people in this. I know you say tub in America, but we say bath in the UK. So get in the bathtub and have a relaxing time with your favourite oils. I sell them, silent-moon.co.uk, so check me out. That's just a little bit of a plug. And also being able to clear your space, clear your room, spray your room, make sure there's no bad juju, any yucky juju in your room before you sleep. Good. But, well, I say bath, but people in the south say bath, but because I'm from the north, I say bath, but Joel says bath because he's posh. Nighttime is bad. Set up my posts and everything. Yes, you're terrible at nighttime. You don't relax. Mango flavour oil, I hope. Bath. So, relaxing the bath. And then this is the big one. This is the really big one. When you get into bed and your room is lovely and clear and lovely and fresh and beautiful and everything's nice, get yourself a pen and paper and write down what you're grateful for the day. It makes such a huge difference to do a gratitude practice and write down at least 5 things about what you're grateful for your day. It really helps to clear the mind. It stops you going to bed with a hectic mind and it allows you to begin to relax. And then on top of that, go back to key 4, and key 4 is breathe. And remember, most of all, out of all of these points, these keys that I've said, these magic keys, is to give yourself permission to find an authentic way to meditate that is right for you. Not for your yoga teacher, not for the person who lives next door to you, but for you, because everybody is different. Everybody is so different. So if you love creating artwork, that is your meditation. If you love dancing, which I do, that's my meditation. I'm a big mover, so I love to get up in the morning and move. That's really important to me. Louise was saying that at Bodhi Babes as well yesterday. Her big thing is when she scopes in the morning, she's worth following, is Louise. I love her. And she talks about getting up in the morning and the first thing that she needs to do is to move her body. And I've always been like that as well, very sort of physical. I like to do my yoga. I like to feel my body. I like to connect. I like to ground. But other people like to do their art, their knitting, their writing, and all that lovely yummy stuff. Some people like to go out and have a fag and a cup of tea. You know, a fag means something different in America, doesn't it? So that's a cigarette in the UK, but hey ho. So everybody's different. Coffee as well. I just don't care though anymore. So coffee's a big thing as well. So I love 1 cup of coffee a day. Some people like Joel, I know he likes about 20. That's a Kickstarter for a lot of people, but we find our own ways to meditate. So I want to leave you with that. If the word meditation, if you're allergic to it, if it's one of those things that you sort of cower away from and go, ooh, I've never done that and I can't do it, because a lot of people do. There's no such thing as can't do it. We can all meditate, but we all need to meditate in our own authentic way. That's it.